Now, going over to the culture part of the podcast, you have Tucker Carlson on Epstein's medical documents. The family can't get the usual records. That's going viral. Now, this comes to us thanks to X, or as a couple people are still calling it, known as Twitter. And again, within, the first 24 hours, this got 7.1 million views on X. And this is again from Tucker Carlson's personal account. And he has a little text before the actual video. It looks like a little undercover video, perhaps, or someone has like a little hidden camera on their lapel or their breast pocket. Now, Tucker Carlson says, quote, "The U.S. government claims Jeffrey Epstein killed himself in a federal detention facility in Manhattan 4.5 years ago, just before his trial. If that's true, why are there so few records available from that night? Here's Mark Epstein trying to get a copy of one of the most basic documents of all, the pre-hospital care report written by the Emergency Medical Services team that moved his brother's body out of the cell. We'll be interviewing Mark Epstein soon." And without further ado, play that clip really quick. It's only about 2 minutes long.
Lower Manhattan.
Okay, but as of right now, you're telling me you can't find the PCR report.
Not for the 10th of August, 2019. No, it's not in the fire department database. I don't know why. If it's supposed to be there, we'll find out. But first, you got to get the letters of administration before you can take them anywhere.
Yeah, you see, because the date on here is the 10th of 19. That's the day they found him, they took him, and he was dead.
Well, then they might have taken him directly to the morgue.
No, he was in the hospital. I have photographs of him in the hospital, too.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me that. I'm just going by.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm just trying to explain what I know.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened, but so far he's not in the fire department database. I don't know why. And could they have taken him somewhere? Well, see, he has a photograph of the fire department personnel.
That doesn't generate the documentation.
Yeah.
It's just a photograph.
Yeah.
What did he say? I couldn't hear.
He said that because you see the fire department personnel there, that doesn't mean they provided documentation.
They told me they did. I spoke to them.
Yeah.
And they were the ones who suggested I get the PCR report.
Well, they're saying one thing, but the computer is saying something else.
Yeah. Well, since I heard that with my own ears, I believe them, and I don't know why someone played with the computer and it's not there.
I'm just telling you the situation. I'm not saying either way. I'm just saying the computer's saying one thing, and the information you got from them is different.
Right. So, what the computer is saying is that it doesn't have a record of this.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yes,
Yeah.
And I don't know why. What's going on?
I think we all know why. This is the phenomenon in which 3 people in the United States perhaps still believe that Epstein didn't kill himself. He was in a federal prison when the 2 security cameras just didn't work. And security guards are just different. Just for some reason, they were just absent. And he just somehow died strangling himself, allegedly. Well, no, he certainly didn't strangle himself or kill himself. I don't think anyone's that naive to think that anymore. And fascinatingly enough, the security guards that were not doing their job, they just got a slap on the wrist. So 2 cameras just happened to just not work. Interesting, yeah. What the odds of that? Yeah, basically 0, exactly. Now, again, that got a little over, within the first 24 hours, it got 7.1 million views and 81,000 likes. So as youth might say, it went very viral. And I suspect it'll be overwhelming positive responses in terms of feedback and comments, but let's dive in and find out. Someone by the name of Western Lensman says, quote, "Politicians squirm when you ask about the release of this information." And he is responding to his own tweet, and he said, quote, "Bill Clinton is reportedly to be named multiple times in Epstein's flight logs when they are released. This video shows Senator Dick Durbin confronting about why he refused to support the release of the logs." And it looks like just kind of cliche video of someone ignoring the reporter. Lando Bittner responded with a Simpsons meme where you have Homer trying to read a piece of paper, and they say, cover your ears if you have children listening to this segment. It says, quote, "Not a single person who paid to take advantage of children on Epstein's island have been arrested, unquote. They use the R word, not the mentally vacuous one, the other one. And that got 6.2 thousand likes. Other top comments, one comes from Emergent Perspective, and they say, quote, "We know why the hashtag Epstein client list has been so hard to come by." And it's the little, what was it, the picture, juxtaposed picture from The Office where you have Jim pointing at the whiteboard 2 times. And the first picture of Jim from The Office says, "They're not arresting Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's clients because they and Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, because they are their clients." They got 5.7 thousand likes. Crypto Punk Yard said, quote, "Happy New Year." It is a picture of Epstein that was turned into an air freshener hanging from the mirror in a car, I think, or a truck. Excuse me. And it says this air freshener didn't hang itself. Got 2.6 thousand likes. Travis says, quote, "Anyone who thinks Epstein did it to himself shouldn't be allowed to vote or drive," unquote. It got 5,000 likes. D Mac C says, quote, "Things that make you go home," and it's a picture that says, quote, "If you think it's a coincidence that Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer became a federal judge and that very same judge of thousands of judges was the person to sign off on the Mar-a-Lago search warrant, you haven't been paying attention," unquote. That got 9.8 thousand likes. Paul Susva says, quote, "Jeffrey Epstein had information that could bring down Big Pharma, the government, corporations, and Hollywood. He was murdered to protect the establishment. Everyone knows it. He facilitated child trafficking like never seen in modern history. Exposed it all," unquote. I got 5.5 thousand likes. Let's see here. Sa says, quote, "Meet the dude who's in charge of Jeffrey Epstein's autopsy. He came out of retirement just for Epstein. Also did George Floyd's autopsy. Also did OJ's autopsy. Also did JFK's autopsy. 88 years old means nothing, I'm sure." Looks like that gentleman has a book. I think it's a book called Postpartum with Dr. Michael Baden Autopsy. What do they have in common? Dr. Michael Baden. Let me see here. Oh, wait, it looks like he responded as well. He also did the autopsy for Martin Luther King Jr. They got 5,000 likes. Do two more really quick. Let's see here. Right Angle News Network says, quote, "Only 2 possible scenarios are true about this case. Either someone came in and did it to Jeffrey Epstein, or it was fake and Jeffrey Epstein is still alive. He had way too much information, way too many powerful elite people in the United States. They had to censor him. Follow us if you like and agree." And that got, let's see here, 837 likes. Do one more really quick. Got someone by the name of Ann Irish saying, quote, "Why didn't we hear more about this guy?" And it's a news article that says, quote, "Jeffrey Epstein associate Jean-Luc Brunel is found dead in a French jail cell." They got 421 likes. Says the youth might say went viral, to say the least. Will we ever get a real answer? I'm pretty pessimistic at this point. I mean, let me know in the comments. Do you think that the full list will ever be released? And I was going to say, how many people would really believe, at this point, how many people would believe it if it even was released? And let me know, are you one of the 3 people who actually do think Epstein killed himself? I'd be especially fascinated here if that is your opinion, if you have any supporting documents or any thoughts of why you would believe that. That'd be especially fascinating here if you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of January. So if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback on how I can make the show better and improve myself. Either it's being a little bit more articulate in my words and not stuttering so much, which if you click the subscribe button subsequently does help a little bit. If you look at the trends, it has worked thus far. And also, leaving a thumbs up is a great way to help with the YouTube and Rumble algorithm so the videos get shared more and more, so I'd also appreciate that. Also, lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.